Hello everybody and welcome back to Jared Opens a Box and welcome to the season finale of Jared Opens a Box Season 5. That's right, this is the very last episode of Jared Opens a Box from Season 5. We've had a lot of cool stuff this season. Next season's looking even better. But this season had a lot of cool stuff, including the introduction of Transformers Funko Pops to the my collection, basically, as well as to the channel. And looks like there's even more, because here I have 4 of probably some of the best exclusives I have ever seen, and I'm really excited to get into these. Over here we have the Target exclusive Bumblebee, which has a much different design than the one that we reviewed. We have the Funko Shop exclusive Jetfire, the Target exclusive Starscream, which wasn't this one a pain in the butt, and then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Nemesis Prime, all here and ready to be unboxed. I'm super excited for this. I'm not going to waste any more time, but I will just say thank you guys for all the support for Jared Opens a Box Season 5. And again, Season 6 is going to be even bigger and even better. I can almost guarantee it. Lots of great stuff coming. You should just see my room right now. I got so many things ready to go for Season 6. But here is Bumblebee. We're going to kick things off with this one here. It is exclusive to Target. I have an itch in my eyeball. It is exclusive to Target, as you can see here with that Target sticker. It is part of the Retro Toys lineup, and it is pop number 28 in that lineup. You see some artwork here on the front and on the side. This is probably one of the last pops you'll ever see with artwork on it. They're starting to switch over to the the 3D model things instead. And then on the back, of course, you have the 5 that we reviewed last time. Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, Jazz, and Soundwave. And it says, collect them all. And guess what, guys? We already did, didn't we? That's right. I guess that's it for that. Let's get into our first exclusive Transformers pop. I'm going to try not to make this a long video, but I sometimes get carried away with details. And speaking of details, this looks so much better than the original Bumblebee pop. The original Bumblebee pop was quite small. It was somewhat cute. But this one is definitely designed more to be a lot of a cooler looking pop. As you can see with some of his details here. The head is a much different shape. He has the horns still, but everything else is pretty much a different shape. Much bigger face. The head is a lot bigger, even though the original one had a pretty big head, but this one is a lot bigger. He has some things here on the back, which look like wings almost. So I guess those might be wings right there, as well as some sort of bumper back here. In the front here, he has a much bigger chest. The other one had a very smaller one, more rounded chest. This one's more rectangular. He also has his car doors on his arms here, almost as shields. And of course, he has the top of the car as his feet. Not the top of the car, but the front of the car as his feet down here, each with a wheel on it. So that is actually really cool. Really cool detail there from Funko. Not much else to say about it. I do like this one. Probably I like this one more than the original Bumblebee pop. I think they did a lot better with this one. I thought the first one looked a little weird. It didn't really fit with the other ones in the wave, but this one definitely fits a lot better within that wave. And it's an unpopular opinion, sure, but I definitely think this one is better than the original Bumblebee pop. And it stands better too, so that's another plus in my book. All right. Pop number 2. We have Jetfire. Excuse me. We have Jetfire here. This one is a Funko Shop exclusive. It still has the original Funko sticker. Some of the new ones, they have a newer sticker on some of their newer exclusives, but this one was produced before the new sticker was made. This is Pop Retro Toys number 35. Again, this one does have artwork, as it was probably made before they switched over to the different art style. You also see on the back all of the other collectibles there. Nothing much else to say about that. Let's just see how well Jetfire looks. Oh, this one looks really cool. Oh, wow. So as you can see here, we have a very cool looking pop. It has, I don't even know how to describe the head here. It's like a giant, like maybe a semicircle-ish shape thing with a with a red line just kind of going right across the face here. He has 4 different antennas at the top of his head, and then elsewhere he has a gun that he is holding right down here. The color scheme is red and white. I'm pretty sure he would turn into a jet, as the name would suggest. So he has a lot of features of a jet, like the front of the jet being here. Actually more at the top of the jet. Basically, the feet look fantastic. Most like the legs, And on the back, he has a jetpack, which looks really, really cool. Overall, I think this one's really cool. Not my favorite exclusive. Yeah, we're going to get to that one in just a little bit here. But I think this one's a very good one. Definitely a surprising choice. I wouldn't expect Funko to make a Jetfire pop, but I think this is still a pretty cool one for them to do. So yeah, this is a good one. I'm definitely a fan of it. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but I definitely think that it fits the what they were going for with the Transformers line. So I'd say this one's definitely a very good pop. Let's go ahead and put that here. There we go. All right, next we have the Target exclusive Starscream. This one was a pain to find, but we were able to get a hold of it, and here it is. So this is Pop Retro Toys number 27. I was a bit surprised that Starscream was not in the initial lineup, but then he was confirmed as a Target exclusive, so I felt a lot better. You see the artwork here on the side of the box. The back of the box is more or less the same. He has a purplish color to his box because he is a Decepticon, while the other 2 that we reviewed did have like a reddish background. I just forgot to point that out, but they did. So let's go ahead and... Oh, this one does look really cool. Alright, so like Jetfire, Starscream does transform into a jet, but it's a different plane. I don't remember exactly what type. The head is definitely gigantic, but Starscream's head was always pretty big. He has this, almost like a quarter of it is like this silver piece with the red eyes, and like the rest of his head is just this giant black piece. It basically just takes up the whole head here, which is pretty funny, but it still looks okay. Definitely looks a little bit weird, but I think it still looks okay. He does have his own gun as well. I think all of them pretty much have a gun. He has also guns on his arms. Both arms have these little guns right here, these blasters. He has wings in the back that would help him fly, as well as the front of the jet being back here as well. And the bottom of his feet have these little arrows on them. I don't know why, but they do. I think that's a neat little detail for Funko to include there. The front looks great as well. I like the red and the blue. This is actually everything that I would want from a Starscream pop from Generation 1. I think that this actually is a really, really cool pop. I'm glad that Funko did make this one, because I felt like if they had skipped Starscream, that would have been really, really weird. Like that would have just been really bizarre, and I don't know why they would skip him, since he's one of the more popular Transformers. But thankfully they did not. He has been made, and you can get him. Well, I don't think you'll be able to find him at Target, to be honest with you, but I'm sure you can find him on eBay or something. And he does stand up pretty well. All the pops here so far have stood up pretty well, so gotta give credit there. But now it's time for the one that I am most excited about. Here we are, Nemesis Prime. The one that came out of nowhere. No one knew this pop was being developed. It was part of Funko's 12 Days of Christmas event, late last December. As you can see, that's why there is a red and green sticker rather than the traditional blue and white. Nemesis Prime here on the front. This is Pop Retro Toys number 36. So just a little bit, he's actually right after Jetfire in the lineup, technically. He does have the artwork, again, on the side of the box, and he has everyone else on the back. He does have the purple background because he is a Decepticon, basically an evil version of Optimus Prime. And that is reflected here, because as you would expect, his pop is just a recolor of Optimus. Now, that would seem like a really lazy move on Funko's part, and sure, some might see it as a lazy move, but it looks fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, this looks really, really cool. I mean, he has just the black color and the red and the purple. Like, it just looks so cool to me. I don't know why. It just looks really, really cool. It also sold out in like 10 minutes, so I got really lucky that I was really glad I was able to snag this one. As you can see, most of his body and his head and everything is black. He does have the silver here, just like Optimus does, except his eyes are red, as Optimus's were blue, I believe. Oh, I knocked over the box. Yeah, his eyes were blue. This one has red eyes. He does have the purple Decepticon symbol on both of his arms, but it's pretty hard to see that. He has red tinted windows rather than Optimus's blue tinted windows. I had to keep looking at that because I don't remember. But everything else is pretty much basic. It's kind of the same thing as Optimus, just painted black. He does have the gun as well, but really this looks really cool, and I'd say it's even better than Optimus Prime, just because I do like the color scheme a lot better than Optimus. The head does move pretty well on this one as well. I think they did really, really good with this one. I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm really glad Funko made Nemesis Prime. There are still quite a few Transformers that I hope that they do make in the future, so I hope that we do get to see those whenever that happens. But so far, we've had a pretty good lineup, and that includes these 4 exclusives right here: Starscream, Jetfire, Bumblebee, and Nemesis Prime. And that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.